Now go to Avijit Majumdar from AMN in India.
Hi, thank you for taking my questions. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Great. So my question is, you say the virus is mutating, and you have the Delta variant at the moment. So the question is, how long will this virus go on mutating? How far do we see this coronavirus affecting our world? What is the period that we see at the moment? Do we see for a longer period? We are up against a very a long time for this pandemic?
So thanks very much for the question. It's a big one. We definitely don't have a crystal ball to see how long this will last, but the virus is evolving. The virus has been evolving since it first emerged. This is what viruses do. So the variants of concern that we are tracking, there are 4 currently, the alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. And it's continuing to evolve. There will be more mutations. There will be more variants that will be detected. And some of those will be variants of concern. There are sublineages of the Delta variant that we're tracking as well. So the trajectory of this in each country is up to the plans that are in place and the ability to implement those plans. This comprehensive approach of surveillance, testing, early clinical care, isolation of cases, supported quarantine of contacts, the individual levels all of us can do with avoiding crowded spaces, knowing what our risk is every day and taking steps to lower our risk, wearing a mask, hand hygiene, physical distancing, etc., spending more time outdoors than indoors, improving ventilation, and vaccination. All of these factors are part of the equation of when this pandemic will end. The goals that WHO have set, the strategic preparedness response plan that WHO has outlined, sets the course for ending the acute phase of the pandemic. There are many factors of this pandemic that we will need to deal with for many years, addressing the inequalities that existed before this pandemic and are exacerbated during this pandemic. But the trajectory and the outcome of this depends on our actions. So the DG has laid out the goals of the vaccination coverage that need to be met by the end of September, by the end of the year, by this time next year. There is production that exists. There are vaccines that are available. There are more vaccines that are being studied in phase 2, phase 3 trials. There's tech transfer. There's a lot of positive things that are happening. We just need much more to be done to be able to get the vaccines to those who are most at risk in all countries, and then to be distributed even further once production continues to increase. But in the meantime, we still have the public health and social measures that work against these variants, including the Delta variant that is circulating in a number of countries around the world. So it's up to us in terms of what we do and how quickly we can end this pandemic.
সমস্ত খবরের তৎক্ষণাৎ আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব বাটনটি ক্লিক করে বেল বাটনটি ক্লিক করুন।
আরও খবরের আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটি আর বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করুন নোটিফিকেশনস পেতে।